Every time an app connects to an API, the server needs to know who is making the request. One of the simplest ways to do this is with an API key. In this video, we'll explain how API keys work, how they are used in API requests, and the security risks you should understand. Let's break it down. API key authentication works by sending a secret key with every API request. The key acts like a password for the application. When a request reaches the server, the API checks the key to confirm that the request is allowed. If the key is valid, the server processes the request. If the key is missing or invalid, the request is rejected. An application first sends a request to an API. Inside the request header, it includes a value called an API key. The server reads the key and verifies that it belongs to a trusted application. If the key is recognized, the server allows the request to continue. Here's what the full request flow looks like. A client application sends an API request. The request contains an API key. The API server receives the request and validates the key. If the key is valid, the API can safely access back-end services or databases to return the requested data. API keys can become a security risk if they are exposed. If an attacker discovers a valid API key, they can send requests that look legitimate. Because the server only sees the key, it may treat the attacker as a trusted application. This is why exposed API keys can lead to unauthorized access or API abuse. To protect your APIs, several best practices are important. Rotate API keys regularly so old keys become useless. Restrict keys so they can only access specific services or IP addresses. And never store API keys directly in public code or client-side applications. These simple controls can significantly reduce API security risks. API keys are simple and widely used, but they should not be treated as strong authentication on their own. Understanding how they work and how they can be abused is an important part of modern API security. If you want to learn more about authentication and API security, subscribe to CyberMigos for more cybersecurity explainers.